What's up, you guys? Slim here on Underground Members XX channel. As you guys can see, I'm not Spidey, I'm not Kisame, I'm Slim from the Rare Hunters. Those of you who remember me as SlimX Team Symmetry, here to do a video swap with these guys. Props to them. Thank you for letting me come on you guys' channel. As you guys can see, they're providing you guys some of the best content out there, and content that is just so unique on YouTube. I had to do a collaboration with these guys, and just thank you to them for letting me come on here. I'm here to talk to you guys today about casual players, because I myself have gone from a competitive player to mostly a casual player these days, and it's just something that I want to discuss because it's actually quite remarkable in this game. Because when you spend a lot of time just being a competitive player and you focus on nothing but the meta and nothing but Necros or Shaddoll or Satellar Knights or Cleaforts, you pretty much neglect every other deck out there. And that's something that I've come to realize is just it's kind of like a fault of many players in this game. You put other decks to the side, you get cards in packs, and you never even give them a second glance. If they're common, you don't care about them. If they're a rare, unless it's something that the community has said is good, or a support for a deck that you already knew about, you don't even care about it. You toss it to the side. I myself am guilty of that. But I've, over the last couple of months, come to realize that there are so many awesome decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! And that being a casual player, it's awesome. And I'll give you a lot of the reasons why it's awesome. Number one, you don't have to travel to these events. Let's face it, these events cost a lot of money. You're talking about flight, you're talking about hotels, you're talking about food in another place, you're talking about all the stuff, you're talking about entry to the event, and you're talking about just all the stuff that comes with with a trip, to someplace you've never been before. The benefit of that is you get to see a different part of the world. The downside though is it's a lot of money. And let's face it, a lot of casual players are also a lot of budget players. And I myself have always pretty much kept a pretty much budget deck, just for many different reasons. I like using lower rarity cards. High rarity is cool, don't get me wrong. If you like doing that, that's your own thing. I keep my cards pretty budget, and thanks to a lot of the starter decks and a lot of the reprints, we're able to do that. And that's just one thing. Another thing about being a casual player. Facebook, the Zodiac Duelists, all those groups, they've made it pretty much terrible if you're a casual player. They're always ragging on casual players. They're always ragging on people who don't have regional tops. They're always ragging on people who don't, who can't top YCSs, who bubble YCSs, who, can't even go to nationals, all these things. And at the end of the day, it's who the hell cares? Who the hell cares if you don't have a regional top? Who cares if you don't have a YCS top? I don't have any YCS tops. I don't have any nationals tops. I've been to a couple nationals. I've been to plenty of YCSs, but it happens. And at the end of the day, it's cool to be a casual player because you want to play something different. I have never even picked up and played Necros. That's something I can tell you guys straight now. I won't do it. I saw how the deck played. It wasn't for me. A lot of people were like, oh, it seems like the perfect deck for you. Well, it's not. That's not how I like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll admit, I do like Cleaforts. But recently I've been going back to a lot of old decks. One of the decks in particular is Gravekeepers. A couple years ago, Gravekeepers was the best deck. And now that it's been years and the deck is pretty much thrown to the wayside like many other decks, no one cares about it. But it's awesome when you profile the deck, and people who actually remember that, they actually enjoy watching a video like that. And that's just a little side note why I like watching these guys. They provide content and stuff that you don't even expect to see on other channels. And that's something that I've been trying to do with my channel as well, and that's bringing you guys different content, stuff that you haven't seen before, or if you have, bring it more to the light to talk about stuff that other channels have talked about. Decks like Despots are now becoming a thing. Ritual Beast has now become meta, has established itself as part of the meta. It top-aided the last YCS. But let's face it, it's also one of the decks that not everyone in the room is going to play. 90% of the room is playing Necros, the rest are playing something else. That's what every event has been like. So being a casual player, it's cool. Being a local level player, it's cool. You go to locals, you pretty much establish, a group of people that go, every week. And it's just great to have that kind of bond with people who maybe they have meta decks, maybe they don't have meta decks. A lot of people at locals, unless they're really testing for a huge event, they usually don't have a non-meta deck. They're trying to play something that's different. They're trying to play, try different things. And even people are starting to gear towards anti-meta. Anti-meta is actually becoming something popular. Senjus are a big example. And that's just something that I really come to enjoy about this game now as I get older. Being able to look back and go over a lot of the past decks. Other decks that I've even looked back into, don't hate me for it, but I've looked back into Dark Worlds. I've looked back into just, looked at Gravekeepers. I've looked to different versions of Heroes. Chronomalies, all these decks that you finally can play that you weren't able to play before. Other decks include Hunters, they include just a lot of just different stuff I profiled over the years, and just stuff that I want to return to because I think it's just great for the whole community to see, you know, what Yu-Gi-Oh is really all about. Let's face it, when you kind of just shrink the whole meta down to like 1 or 2 decks, you forget about all the other great cards and all the other greater archetypes that are out there. So by actually, you know, deciding to not be super meta, or even deciding to take a break from the meta, which is something a lot of us do, myself included, we take a break from it because, let's face it, when all you see are Necros, when every single video in your subscription on YouTube is Necros, 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 I don't know about you, but I get really bored. I don't even want to watch any of the videos. It doesn't matter who uploaded. I don't want to watch it because I already know what's in there. We all know what a Necros deck looks like. We all know what a Shaddoll deck looks like, unless they added Christia and the Star Seraph. So we know what these decks look like. So it's nice when channels actually put out different content. And that's what, you know, this is what the Undergrounds do, what Spidey and Kisame do, and that's something that I hope all channels will start to do, is they'll start to gear a little from the meta to go for, you know, some other stuff, you know, give variety, give, you know, some fun stuff, you know, some fun facts about Yu-Gi-Oh! There are channels that do that, and to them they need to be commended because these days it sucks, you know, to be, you know, a casual player at times because you're going to get a lot of heat from people. But at the end of the day, who cares? You know, play whatever deck you want. If you want to play Yang Zings, play Yang Zings. You want to play Gravekeepers, play Gravekeepers. Hell, if you want to play Dark Worlds, I play Dark Worlds. Play Dark Worlds. You know, if you want to play Evil Swarm, if you want to play anything that's not Necros or anything that's not meta, you know, go for it. You know, if you want to play Necros, go ahead and play Necros. If you're a competitive player and that's a deck you want to play, play it. If you like Necros and you're not super competitive, but you like playing the deck, then play it. But be a casual player. Be someone who actually enjoys the game. Go to locals if that's what you want to do. If you're not able to go to YCSs, you're not able to go to nationals, then go somewhere that you're able to go to and play Yu-Gi-Oh! Do what you want to do for the game and enjoy it. So that's pretty much all I got to say. That's my little spiel on being a casual player, what it's like to, you know, go from a competitive mind state to a more casual mind state and to actually open up to play different decks in the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to check out my channel, I'm sure there's a link either in the description around here. I want to thank Kisame and Spidey for this. Keep up the great work, you guys. Definitely one of the best channels to come around in YouTube in a couple of years, and I just hope to, you know, see more from them, and I hope that you guys will, you know, thumbs up this video, give it some love, give them some love, and, you know, come over to my channel, see what you guys think. I do a lot of different content. I do a lot of stuff. I do stuff called Back in the Day, where you will go years back to like 2007, 2008, whenever, to old decks. You know, we'll profile them, we'll talk about why during that time they were awesome, and just stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.